Hey guys, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Going to be doing transparent flower, just like the thumbnail. I've seen these so many places, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I've tossed around in my head how I would, go about it, and definitely learned a lot on doing this piece. It was so much fun. I encourage you guys to try it yourselves. It's not hard at all. You can kind of do it along, as I'm doing it in the video, or watch it and do it afterwards. Um, but really, all you do is sketch out, the petals of whatever kind of flower you want to use, and do them all sort of like you can see through all of them. Normally you wouldn't draw the whole of the back petals and stuff like that, but in this case, you just do a light drawing and draw all of the petals, and even a little bit of the inside of the flower, where what is it, the stamen and the pistils, or I think that's what they're called. But you draw all of that because you're going to, essentially paint some level of all of that. And then basically where stuff overlaps is where it's going to be darker, and along the edges where it overlaps and stuff too. So here I am drawing it out, and you want to make sure that when you're using pencil with watercolor, that I use, I think this is 4H. The H stands for hard, and the harder the lead, the less it's going to like smear with the water. And even with the hard lead, I'll still take like the kneadable eraser and roll over it so that it picks up any of the loose stuff. You just want to be able to faintly see your outlines. I don't always draw right on the watercolor paper like this. It depends on what I'm doing, because you guys got to be really careful if you're erasing on the watercolor paper. This is a block. So, it's held down. So that's why there's no tape on there. I don't have to tape it down because it's like kind of taped down, if you will, all the way along each side. But if you were to erase too many times or erase too hard, you could potentially see those marks as you're painting with the watercolor, especially something that's delicate. So here's how, I went about this, and I think everybody kind of goes about it a little bit differently. So I started this one, not really like this first petal, like not laying it down the whole, not just one flat layer and then the next flat layer and flat layer. I kind of did it a little bit heavier along the edges, which I think is the key to this. I think some of these I did a little bit too much of a flat wash through the whole petal, and I think it looks like the best if you aren't necessarily coloring the whole petal all the way, but like putting the watercolor like I'm doing around the edges, and then kind of blending it down to like no color towards the middle of it, because then it gives it that look already. I guess it accentuates that look of the overlap. It overlaps more around the outsides of the petals. And when something's transparent, I think it kind of is more transparent in the middle like that. And so it forces that illusion even more, I think. Because some of them, I'd never really painted the transparent flower before. And so I was just toying around with it. And I think some of them I did it more of a flat layer, thinking, you do the next petal, it'll automatically overlap. And I think that the key is like and I think I could have even done it much more, accentuated it much more. Like because I put water down on the petal, it really lightened up a lot of those layers. And so either don't put the water down doing the wet on wet, do a bit more wet on dry, and just kind of, like I said, like go lighter in the middle and kind of just go darker around the edge of the petal like I'm doing, but then just kind of with a wet brush stop there from being a line around the outside, if I'm making sense. Um, Trying to explain it the best I can, because I think when you're just doing the flat washes and going over it, it doesn't accentuate it enough. So I think I'm going to do a couple more of these. I really like it. Let me know um, down in the comments if you'd like to see me do some more. I know in TikTok I did just a quick like short video of this one, and there were some people that wanted to see like a series, some other kinds of flowers like that they would kind of go along with, and I thought that was a really good idea. Excuse me. So I think I'm definitely going to do some more of these. I have some ideas on how to even accentuate that more, like I was saying, now that I've done, one. And I thought still, though, even though there's some things I would do differently, I think it came out pretty good overall. But talking about putting things down in the comments, if I could remind you guys, if you are enjoying the video or liking what you see, if you don't mind to like and subscribe, it really helps the channel, especially a small channel like me. I need all that help I can get. These algorithms are tough. So if you could like and subscribe, that would be awesome. And do drop a comment if there's a certain type of flower you want to see, or, any ideas of what you want to see and stuff. So the new channel and how I'm trying to go about it is, anything that I enjoy art-wise and want to share knowledge with, or anything new I want to try, as far as, art products or, that kind of stuff. I'm going to do all that kind of stuff, and hopefully where you guys let me know what you are really enjoying, and where that stuff overlaps is where, the channel will continue to grow. So, you guys got to want to see it, and, I got to enjoy doing it, and so I think that's the best way to go about it. So back to the watercolor, you can see we're just building up the layers and continuing on. And if you don't think, one of the overlapping parts is dark enough, you can kind of go in there just on that part and not on that whole petal, and I think, how you go about that, can really, really accentuate more of the transparency or different things. I just think it looks so cool, like I'm excited to try some other versions and other colors and other flowers and stuff like that. I think I was a little worried at first, even with it being the 4-inch pencil, that because it's such a transparent flower that it was going to show through. But because, you make sure to go over it with the kneadable eraser, and you are making those areas where the pencil is darker, so like there's naturally outlines there, it kind of naturally covers it up. So it worked out pretty good. I think that I don't think you can see any of the pencil lines at all, really. So I think it worked out okay. But and this has got me thinking of doing other things with this kind of like transparency thing. I think there's some other ideas that I've got in my head that I think would look really cool with this kind of transparency. It kind of lends itself to fabrics and stuff like that, where they kind of overlap, and I don't know. So my mind is kind of churning out all kinds of different ideas. So don't be surprised if you see something with this kind of technique, but like totally different than a flower or something like that. And I think I have seen some people doing some other things like this, but I've got some ideas, and so I will definitely bring you along as I try out any of those and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think that, I think the flower came out really cool, But I think that on a lot of these, I did too much of just the whole layer, and just because watercolor is transparent, um, expected it to be a little bit darker. I think if you push that a little bit farther, it could have even more of that. And I think I was starting to do it. I was like starting to have that idea as I went through the picture, but I didn't want to, start changing things too much so that then all of a sudden, part of it looks funny or what have you. So I kind of was trying to be consistent the whole way through on the flower, but I was beginning to see. And so I think I go back through some of the petals that just weren't um, enough color and stuff, and go a little bit more around the edges. Because it's like some of them I did more wet on wet, especially in the beginning, which is cool. But I think if you're going to do that, you've got to go in with a darker hue, because it waters it down so much, having so much water in the paper. So now this is actually on hot press paper. And so I was toying around with which one I should do it on, hot press and cold press, because I think that I was torn, because I think the detail with stuff like this in hot press looks really cool. However, it's not as easy to work with as cold press. And I don't work with it very often. I have hot press and I've played around with it a little bit more. So, so that's another thing. When I'm going to try out some of these other flowers, I'm going to try them on some other papers to kind of see what difference it will do, because it does do different things when you're going from light to dark and blending things out, how easy or hard it is, or how smooth it is and stuff like that on hot press or cold press. So I'm anxious to see on some of the other ones how they kind of turn out, and incorporating maybe some, like, so this is the flower and the stem and stuff like that, right? Like maybe seeing adding some other, not too much, but like a little bit of filler, or like more leaves instead of just the little hanging down things by where the bloom opens up and stuff. I think could be really cool. Some, I don't know, like filler is all I'm kind of like thinking of right now. Certain, I guess, just some kind of leaves or something that go along with it. They could look really cool, of a different color that they kind of blends together or what have you. And so, yeah, here I am, that it's going around just a little bit on some of them that kind of just didn't have enough around the edges, like I was saying, and it just was a little bit too much of a flat wash. And yeah, so if you have any questions about anything, definitely, leave a comment below, and definitely try to answer everything. In the description, I'm going to try to make sure all the information of what I used is in there. It was Bao paper, and it, like, again, like I said, it was hot press, and it was Daniel Smith's Quin Coral and Rhodite Genuine. Those two kind of mixed together. More Quin Coral, I think, than anything, is what I use. And my trusty black velvet, which I use a lot. I think I was using number 4 or 6. That's 4, 6, or 8. No, 4 or 8, I think, is what I usually use. I love it because it holds so much water, but it can get a great point. It doesn't have snap, though, so it depends on what I'm working on, whether I stick to the black velvet, or if I kind of go to the Velvet Touch Princeton, if I'm wanting that snap. Also, I was trying out those snap brushes. I think they're by Princeton too, and I like those. I really like those Velvet Touch and the snap ones, especially when I'm doing gouache or any kind of opaque watercolor. I think you need to have a little bit more power when it's when it's those kind of things, it definitely lends itself better. So here I'm doing the green. Again, I think here, doing it again, I think I'll be trying it differently. I'll be trying it differently with, going around the edges and stuff like that. And not just doing like the whole layer and stuff. But like I said, I think overall, I think it came out really good. Um, I'm just excited to do some next things. So, don't forget to put any ideas you've got down below for any kind of flowers or any of that kind of stuff that you want to see. Or any ideas on any videos or anything like that upcoming that you would like to see. Um, I'm having a lot of fun doing the channel and stuff like that. And so I appreciate you guys all coming for the video, and hope that you join me for the next one, and that you don't forget to like and subscribe. And trying to remember to say that, because I'm like the worst. You always forget to like and subscribe unless they remind you, as much as we hear it all the time. So trying to remember to say that stuff, because it really does help, especially when you're a beginner channel, but I think it's coming up to a close. So again, check out all the info in the description, and thank you guys for following along, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.